Hey Mel.
Hi, Nee.
Why do
So,
we always start off like this?
I don't know. My voice is shaky every time I say hi, but
Why?
I don't know. I gotta say it with my chest, I guess.
Yes, please say it with your
But
chest.
welcome
Hey
back.
guys, welcome back to episode tree.
Yeah, a bit of chaos, girl. You almost forgot the number.
Tree. A bit of chaos.
Yes,
Guys, our podcast has been very successful so far.
yes. Thank you guys for
We
viewing.
yeah, we appreciate you. This is amazing. And this is a start to something that is going to reach everyone. Mark my words. We're gonna play this clip back when we're like at in Hollywood.
Yeah, and we're on episode like 250. It's for real. Okay, but today we decided to talk about some books that have impacted our lives. So, yes, because reading is fundamental.
Y'all, please don't tell us that this episode is boring because I
It's not like everyone should be reading. And like when people say reading is boring, I kind of side eye a little. And not that I've been reading for a very, very long time, but I used to read a lot when I was younger, kind of got out of it, but
yeah.
back into
Same.
it. Nee
Well, I am
actually
back to it.
got
I'm
me back into reading. She made me get a Kindle, actually. She influenced me to get a Kindle.
all my Kindle girlies drop a comment.
And we can
Actually,
start.
I feel like we need to show our Kindle stickers.
I don't have Kindle stickers. I just have a cover on my Kindle.
All right. So anyway, we're gonna show
I don't even have my Kindle beside me.
guys, look at my Kindle
It's you
stickers.
can't see it, just so you know.
Okay, this is ghetto. Um,
Because don't make me get up and get my Kindle. I just have a
there we
floral,
go, a little bit. Black girls
stay bookish.
read.
Yeah, that's what.
Yes. Actually, I ordered these Kindle stickers. I actually decorate my Kindle every so many weeks and change my stickers out. I don't know, just crazy like that. But I don't know, I love it.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoy like decorating my stickers. And I don't know if you guys know who Face Over Matter is. Shout out Jalen. Congratulations on your union. Jalen just got married. She actually has some really dope stickers too. And then I ordered the same stickers that she had because I love Jalen. Hey, Jalen.
Okay, but the book that Nee actually got me into reading is Monday's Not Coming.
Monday's not coming.
And it's by Tiffany D. Jackson. But Nee was she started it before me and she kept talking about it and talking about it. And then I started listening to it on audiobook and it was good. And you know, it started incorporating like DC things. It was talking about go-go and other stuff in there about DC. I forgot exactly what it said, but that was a book that got me back into reading because of Nee, actually.
It's a very heavy read, though. I feel like we can't skip that part.
Yeah.
Um, it's a very heavy read.
Come to find out, it's on the banned book list now. I just
Y'all, Mel said that the other day when she went to Barnes and Noble.
yes.
And it actually really caught me off guard that it was on the banned book list because when I originally got it, it was like a TikTok, like it was on Book Talk, I guess, or whatever. And I went to school and was telling everybody about it at my job, and
Whole
everybody reading
time.
it.
Book
It's
ban.
on the banned book list, and I had no idea. But it is a very heavy read. I think the thing that I liked the most about it was very realistic. Like
Yes.
that book was relatable. And even though I didn't endure everything that Monday endured in that book, there were bits and pieces that I could tie into that were like, oh, I can remember feeling like this in my life, or oh, I can remember when times were similar to this. But it's such a good book. It is a young adult book too. Like
Hmm.
it's for the
But it's
teens.
heavy.
Yes. And I loved it. I really did.
Is
Yes.
there
When is
another
that
book you
coming?
want to talk about?
Okay, so I have three because I can't pick. I have been on a self-help kick, I guess, for a while, and been reading like self-help books. So I actually just not that long ago finished. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. The Path Made Clear by Oprah Winfrey. At first I started reading it and then I was like, huh, I wonder if Oprah read it on like the audiobook. And she did. It was enjoyable. I actually felt like I was watching her show. But it is a really good book and it basically just talks about like life's purpose and it's not something that you chase. It is taking the bits and pieces of your life that you have now and finding your purpose within that. And it was such an eye-opening read. I think I was in like a season of like, oh my God, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, I can't figure this out. I feel like I'm stagnant. And I feel like that book initiated something in me. Like, I started to kind of get myself together, get my thoughts together. And so I loved it. And it was a quick read too. It wasn't long. So if you're
Really?
trying to get back into reading and you want to read a self help book, I think that book might have taken me like
Let me
four
jot that
hours.
down.
Girl, 4 hours. Like I sat on that couch and read that book. Y'all know
Really?
how y'all be binge watching them TV shows?
Pick up a book.
Pick up a book, 4 hour read. But it was good.
Okay. And
And she had a lot of like little segments in it from like people that she's spoken to and interviewed that gave like really good insight too. It was a great book. Hmm. Yeah.
but a book that really influenced me, and I know Nee actually read it too, was The Privileged Poor.
Y'all, that's a good book.
Yes, wait, it's by
Are they gonna ban
Anthony.
us for this? Like, no, I'm just kidding.
Why? It's by Anthony Abraham Jack. But when I first got out of high school, I went to the University of Kentucky. I only ended up going for 2 years, and I went out of state. I honestly just couldn't afford it. I just didn't even know how financial aid and everything worked and how much money I needed and calculating things.
Yeah.
Couldn't get anyone to co-sign a loan. Like it was a lot. And I always owed them money. I always had a hold on my account and everything. Like I picked my classes late. I always had the terrible classes like at 8 in the morning, the ones no one wanted because I picked my classes last. But the privileged poor went into just a difference of how rich people are well off in college and when you come from less it's very difficult to adapt and I came from a small town. I was about to say the name. I came from a small town
I actually
and
did in the last episode.
really and then I went to Kentucky and it was like the people that we considered rich in our hometown like had nothing on when I went to college. Like seeing a little sorority and fraternity, like people running around. I was like, oh, these people have money. They just look like money. But besides that, it was talking about adapting to things like you're afraid to ask for help and going to your professor's office hours to ask for help and how like we're afraid and like the people that it was nothing to them that were used to it that came from schools where it was like normal to go talk to your teachers and get help and I just wasn't doing that. But The Privileged Poor was such a good read. And if you have kids going to college soon or just around people that age, like, and you never went to college, you should read it. It's like it opens your eyes to a lot, and maybe you can give them pointers. But yes.
I also feel like that book shined a light on inclusion. Like a lot of times PWIs accept us because they want to make it look like
Hmm.
admission is jumping. How can I say this without getting flagged? You know what I mean? But inclusion isn't just about admission. Like you got to meet these people where they are. There are
Hmm.
students who may come from, or just in general, people who may come from the trenches, but they are academically successful. Like their IQ levels through the roof, they're intelligent, but it's like they don't want to give them a chance to reach that air, to reach that level of success because they don't fit the numbers. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I feel like that book shined a light on that as well. It was a good read. I feel like I can't remember how I discovered that book. I don't remember. I discovered it years ago,
I
and
don't
like
remember either.
I
I
feel like
read
I
it.
remember like saying like I remember reading it, but I forgot. But anyway, it
Yes.
came across something, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna read this book. And then I think I read it like 3 times.
And it's another instance of I didn't know I was going through that at the time. And then I read that book and I was like, that's what was going on. Like, I'm so occupied with other factors that I wasn't even focused on my schoolwork. I couldn't. and I
Right.
didn't even.
How can you? You can't focus when life is tearing you apart. Like,
Yes.
and other students who may have grown up differently don't experience that level of stress, so they can focus solely on academics. Whereas us who come from the struggle, we don't have that advantage in life. We got to think about academics on top of when our bill's going to get paid. Am I going to have enough money for next semester? Did I get this scholarship? Like, we just have so many different factors that play into it. Life. Shout out to life.
Yes.
It's great. What?
Okay.
1 second, I gotta pause this.
Okay.
Hey guys, we're back.
Or you
They're
could have
not even
just.
they're not even gonna know
I
because
was
I'm
supposed
gonna
to
be
say.
popping up. But yes, the privileged poor.
Do you have book number two? What?
Well, this was not even like on my list of books that I've read recently or books that I've read just in general. But I'm actually just thinking about the 48 Laws of Power. I think that's what it was called. Does
Don't
that
they be
ring a bell?
talking shit about people reading that book now?
Who be talking about
Don't they
that?
be saying they
I
psychopaths?
think
Like
it's
if
by
you
Robert Greene. Don't quote me. Let me look it up while I got
didn't
my
they
phone.
say they psychopaths that read that book? No? Am I
I'm not
kidding?
gonna lie, it's a little manipulative.
Oh, okay. I
Like,
think that's the book.
I think it's Robert Greene. This was
TikTok
not
said.
planned, guys. So I have like, yeah, 40, oh, 42 Laws of Power.
I thought it was 48.
Yeah, 48. I was right. I ain't got no glasses on, y'all. Sorry. The
Or
48 law The 48 Laws of Power. It is a little manipulative. It's actually one of those books that you don't have to read every page. You can kind of just look at the header that pertains to you in your life or something that you may be going through and just read that segment. But it is kind of like if your friend is your enemy, befriend them, get what you need, never let them know what you're doing on the side. Like it very much gives.
toxic.
So maybe I want to be toxic.
Okay. Do what you gotta do, girl. Okay. All right. Brittany, Coco, which one? I said Brittany, Coco, which one? It's
Or can I
thundering.
be Kalani?
Y'all hear that thunder? Okay.
No, but it is storming everywhere in America right now. Raise your hand if it's storming.
They're not gonna watch this.
Y'all are watching you. Sorry. No, it was storming here earlier. That's why I was like, oh, let me close my blinds. Like I don't want it to be lightning and then I'm sitting in front of the thing with my laptop and
Oh,
everything.
my windows open.
And lately, I will say this has nothing to do with the books, by the way, but lately, every time it storms now, the power goes out. We lost power on Monday. I was sitting here at home and power just went out. I texted my coworker and I was like, y'all lost power at work? She was like, yes. I'm like, we did too. Like it kept flashing. It was so random. And then it just was out for like
Mm-mm.
5, 10 minutes.
Okay. Hope it don't go out here.
Now my dog barking at me.
Sammy.
Everything that could possibly go wrong
Okay.
today.
Focus. Is that all? But 48 laws of power. Anything else?
No, I just was something on my mind that
Yeah.
like that I thought about. I'm like that actually was a pretty decent read. I guess if you are into like manipulating the system essentially to like level up in life, I feel like it's like it has good tactics that you could use. Um, but yeah, it just kind of hit me. I've never heard about people talking. I gotta
They're
look that
like
up.
your psychopaths if you read that or something. TikTok said it, not
I'm
me.
just kidding. I
Okay.
didn't read that book,
Yeah.
y'all.
I gotta
I
go.
did not read that
I'm
book.
pretty sure they said that
That's
they
why I
were.
didn't even know who the author
I
was.
want to say they be like, beware of people that be like they read that book or something. And probably if like that's the only book they read. You know what I mean? I think it's different if you read on the regular and it's just because a lot of people recommend it. I will say that I've heard about it a lot. But yes. Okay. Did you want to go to your second one from your list or do you want me to go?
Oh, you can go.
Okay. What else? They actually put my number.
That nigga.
Okay. What?
Uh,
Okay.
Girl,
What?
ringing me off the hook.
What do you want to do? Okay, so I don't know what number book I'm on right now, but my next one is a historical fiction book, The Yellow Wife. Who's it by? It would be nice if I memorized who these things are by
Girl,
Sadiqa
I can never
Johnson.
remember.
I don't know if I'm saying that right though, but I really am into historical fiction, and The Yellow Wife was so good.
That
Like
was it.
maybe my top read of the year question mark, but it's very good. It's about back in slavery time, young girl, her mom ends up dying, and so she gets sold to another place, and she becomes the wife. Well, I guess she is the wife of the slave owner, like at a jail. And so it's that. It's tea, you guys.
What's the name of it again?
The Yellow Wife.
Okay, I'm adding it to my TBR
It's
right now.
good.
Yellow
Like,
Wife. Hold on.
yes. It goes through, I'm not telling too much, but she have kids. So she has a kid, could be a spoiler, I don't know, by a slave. And so she takes him with her to, well, she's pregnant when she gets there. And she has him. And then she ends up having kids by the slave owner, and they get treated differently than her firstborn child. And it's a very good,
Okay, I'm adding it to my TBR. It was
yes.
released in 2021. Charles County, Virginia?
Yes, she actually, this is based on a true story, but she started the Virginia State College, Virginia State University, I think, or Virginia Union, one or the other. Like I was researching it when I was done reading it, but it's a very good book. I highly recommend it.
Okay. I was just reading her like from the publisher
Yeah,
notes.
it's
The fact that you can't even see my screen.
yeah.
Um, from the publisher notes.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, I'll add that to my
You
TBR. It
should.
has very good reviews so
It's
far.
I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure it's my top favorite thus far for the year.
Really? Did you get to read Sandwich yet?
No.
I read the first page and I never picked it back up again. I wanted to finish it, but Libby, y'all, I don't know if you have Libby.
Libby, let's talk.
Wait, did you get the Yellow Wife off of Libby?
Yes, ma'am.
I wonder if we have it on there. I'll check when we're
You
done.
should.
If y'all have Libby, you know what it's like to get 1,000,001 books at the same time that were on
Back
hold.
to back to back.
I just had 3 books get returned today because I wasn't able to finish them, y'all.
And I don't have time, but someone, okay, edit this out if we can't say it. Someone said put your Kindle on airplane mode. Bleep.
Edit it out right now.
Don't sue us, Libby.
Yeah, because we're getting ready to go to jail because Mel over here telling them the
I
trick.
haven't done it personally. Okay, I'll say that I haven't.
Mel over here teaching them the tricks.
I haven't used it. I just let my books get returned, and I'm sad. I'm like, you only get 21 days. Libby, just give me 30 days.
They had suggested Hoopla too. I don't know if you used Hoopla.
Yes, I have it. More so
I
for audiobooks.
Yeah, I was about to say, I use it for audiobooks. I can't necessarily use it for like the physical or the ebook because you have to read it on your phone. You can't like transfer it to your Kindle, and I don't like that.
And if there is a way, guys, let us know, please.
Yeah, because we be struggling. Or if you know any sites with free books, because I do have Kindle Unlimited, but I can't check anything else out because I have too much on my in my account.
Well, I had Kindle Unlimited, and then I was kind of like down with Amazon for a second. Well, it's about Shabuzi. I was on Instagram, and Complex is selling like all his collection, like his artist collection, like shirts and stuff. So the regular vinyl is just $25, and the complete edition is 35, which is it ships in August. So I don't know how much it cost when it was on his website, but if you wanted any clothing items or the
No,
vinyl,
look, they got shirts though. Are the shirts cute?
some of them are cute. Yeah,
Let's have
I
church.
don't
Let me
know if
look it
you'll
up.
be able to see it. This one's
Yeah, because
pretty.
our lighting is wild. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, why is everything so white today? We can't see. It's complex.
Oh wait.
Okay, I can see it a little bit. Oh, I kind of like it,
Yeah,
Boozy.
this shirt's cute.
Not me over here on a shabuzi kick.
This one says not a cowboy. And I think he actually wears this shirt all the time. This one?
Okay, I have seen that shirt
Yeah, it says
on.
not a cowboy.
Okay, I just pulled it up. Now it's over here looking at shabuzi though. Okay, Where I've Been Isn't Where I'm Going tour 2024. That's from 2024. Cowboys Live Forever. Cowboys Live Forever.
What?
Shabuzi.
Okay.
Maybe we can get Shabuzi on an episode.
Okay, we're not gonna be talking about him every episode. But
Shabuzi,
that really did pop up.
pause. We gotta ask him. Shabuzi, it's your girl, Nee. I know we talked the other night. I just wanted to know. It's like, no, I'm just kidding. Shabuzi, though, if you ever see this, would you be interested in doing a talk with us on our podcast?
Yeah, we're two Virginia girlies.
2 Virginia girlies that love cowboys.
Okay.
And we got our boots on the ground. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I wish I had a fan.
with a fan. That mine actually broke this morning when I was trying to dry my
Good.
makeup. It
Good.
actually broke this morning when I was trying to dry my makeup.
Very good.
With them fans, eh.
Can we,
Y'all, I used to sing with them fans, eh. With them fans, eh.
y'all, I just want y'all to know at one point, there's this song he had every time.
All this traffic. Y'all, that's the name of my song. Well, my name of my song was Stop and Go,
Yes.
but it went like this. All this traffic. It be like stop and go, 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 stop and go,
And
stop and
I
go,
used
stop
to
and
hang
go,
that
stop and
phone
go,
up.
stop and go, stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. Stop,
Me.
stop, stop,
Thank
stop,
you.
stop, 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 stop. Go, 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 go. Stop, 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 stop. Pew. It be like stop and go, stop and go.
It's the way I haven't heard the ending in so long because I telling y'all I used to hang the phone up.
I actually wrote it on my way home from Virginia Beach, stuck in traffic.
You guys, she used to say it every time we got on the phone. I'm not exaggerating. Every
Y'all,
time.
I would be in traffic and I would be so bored. Like, what else do y'all do in traffic?
Not sing a song that's so drawn.
Stop and go.
Okay,
That joint would have low key would have
focus.
went viral.
What's your next book? Because it's too much.
Shabuzi Live Tour.
Where I've been ain't where. What is it? What's the title?
Nah. So I know that we can both talk about this, but Finding Me by Viola Davis. It was a memoir,
Yes, yes,
y'all.
yes, yes, yes.
That was a hell of a memoir. Viola Davis, if you ever see this, I salute you. You are phenomenal. Like so inspirational, y'all. That was such a good book. I I don't think I could put it down. And I ordered the hardcover of it just to keep on my shelf because it was so inspiring. I also ended up, when I first started reading, I was reading it on my Kindle. So I had the ebook. But then I was like, I wonder what her audiobook sounds like. So then I ended up engaging in immersive reading while reading it. And she read her audiobook too, which was really neat. But just knowing what she went through, but that did not stop her from where she is in today's world. Like
Y'all, she went through it.
she did. She really did. Like
I
her
couldn't
living
believe it.
situation and going to school and like the teachers like I remember there was one part in particular in her book when she was like, they obviously struggled, they didn't have warm water, clean clothes, things were just rough for
They
them.
smell like pee all the time.
Yes, yes. And so she went to school, finally bathed, and she was like, I thought my teachers were gonna like celebrate me for being bathed. And then she was like, that's when I
Girl,
realized. And
you skipped the part where she said that teacher was like trying to stay away from her.
listen, stop it.
No, that was real.
It
Like,
was real though. That's
I can
real.
only
Like
imagine.
sometimes
And they don't know.
you
Like,
don't.
Viola literally didn't know. Like, her teacher had to tell her she needs to bath.
Yes, and it's not a kid's job to know either.
Hmm.
Like it is the
Because it's
adult's
how you're raised. If you're
responsibility.
not raised to, like, bathe every day, you don't know.
Yeah, it's true. But just knowing like, and it wasn't because she couldn't bathe, they really just were living in circumstances that, or it wasn't because she didn't want to bathe, they were living in circumstances that
Yes.
didn't allow her to bathe. But y'all, when she was talking about the rats, all I could imagine was the rats that be running through
She
DC.
talks about rats a lot, actually, in the book.
Y'all, I just imagine a little chihuahua sized rat running around. Like if you live in the DMV, you've seen those rats. And they are big. They are big. And so I can only imagine the fear that they had, like just knowing it wasn't like it was a little field mice. These were rats.
Yeah.
And I know there was one part in the book where she didn't want the mom to get bit. I think it was like
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to bite
yeah.
it on the neck or something. I'm like, I don't think I will recover from that. I would not have closed my eyes at night. And we would sleep with all them lights on. Like there, I would have been so scared. But just knowing that she endured all that, I know that one part that stood out in the beginning or towards the middle of the book was when she went to, I think it was Juilliard, and she like demanded like, I need to get this done, I only have a few hours. And
She had to catch her train.
yes, to catch a train, y'all are going to do this one segment and this is it, I don't have all day. And they was like, okay, show us what you got. Like,
Yeah.
so accepting of her. And I think that's so powerful as a Black woman because sometimes we feel silenced or we are silenced. And she did not allow that to stop her. Like, she was determined to be successful. I don't know. She's just a great person. I don't know her,
Yes.
but I feel like I know her.
And it goes to show like nothing can stop you. She cuz at first she went to I think Miami. That was the original
Yeah.
like her first time. And we're giving spoilers, so pause skip
Oh, sorry, I
if
forgot.
you want to
For
read
people
it.
who haven't read. Oh,
Yes.
gosh.
Oh, sorry. But when she goes to Miami and how she had to I think write the essay or something and she was
Hmm.
like making excuses and the man's like something. Then she had to pay and he was like, I'll figure out a fee waiver for you or whatever. And like he had an answer for every excuse she had and like that was her first thing was going to Miami for that competition or whatever it was. But and then for her even to go to Juilliard, which is like so demanding and like do well, like a lot of people don't even make it through the program. And then I don't know, it showed the waves of success and lows because then she went back down, couldn't afford anything or whatever. And then like eventually she's Viola Davis, like we know her. We watch How to Get Away with Murder because girl.
Which I just started, guys, and I love
I
it.
watched it when it came out. Girlies, she did her big one, but a big thing too. I remember watching that, and I remember the scene where she's like taking her wig and makeup off, and I was like, "How bold of her to be doing that!" And then in her book, so y'all gotta listen or read the book to hear that part of like how that came about if you're interested. But I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
She also talks about her love life a little bit in the book too. It's very relatable. I'm gonna be honest. Like
Yes, yes.
reading it, I was like, all right, I sound like I need to get out of this phase because I'm sounding like
Because
Viola
there
Davis
are
right now.
men that will worship you and do everything. Things
Yeah.
you didn't even know you needed, they'll do.
You know what, too? I forgot. I I think what triggered me to read that book was I had asked Mel, I was like, did you see on TikTok that TikTok clip that's going viral? It was like an old clip randomly. It was of Viola Davis. And she was saying how she had met her now husband and had bad credit. Like she was like, I was
Oh, yeah, you
like
did tell
in
me
the
that.
trenches. And I remember he was like, I didn't care about that. Like, we'll fix it together. Like he was just like, it's okay that you're coming with problems. Like, we're going to tackle them together. Not you got too many issues, I'm running away. Like, I think that's what triggered me because I was going through like my breakup and I was like, oh, wow, a real man. And so then I was like, I wonder if she got a book or something. I searched it and he's like, she does. She has a memoir. And I was like, oh, I'm going to read it. But yeah, she does talk about her love life a little bit. And I think too, like, the way she wrote her book was so descriptive that you could almost visualize every little detail of her book. Like when she talked about her apartments when she became like an adolescent in New York, y'all, I don't know what it looked like in real life, but I had a very vivid image in my head. Like,
And like when her father was passing and like how she said everyone was in and out the house like as he's like sick as I don't know what. And I don't know, I vividly could see it. Like people
it
just
was
coming in
very
and out the apartment.
descriptive. She did a great job.
Okay,
It was
one more
very
thing about her
descriptive.
man. He was such a protector, you guys. Like when she said he would come out there with the bat, like if she honked the horn and she did it on accident one time. But he was a protector.
He was.
Okay.
And he is. Ain't no he
Well, yeah,
was.
yeah,
He
yeah. He
is.
is. I just now
Yeah.
that's what's attractive. A protector.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I need them to be able to square up for me.
But yes. But yes, she was very descriptive. Like that was a good memoir.
It was.
Yes.
I actually probably will eventually read it again and soak it up this summer again. I just feel like it had lots of things that I could apply to my life today. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like,
To
although
keep
she talked a
going.
lot about her life and her trauma, she also talked about her healing and the clarity she got from
Yes.
healing. Like, it is not just a one drop stop of trauma dumping. Like, there were things that she talked about in her stillness and just like working on her
Her
wounds.
fibroids.
Yes. Yes.
That was a
Which is
big
very
thing for
common
her.
in the Black community too, by the
It
way.
ran in her family.
Yeah. Genetics. It's just a good book. I hope we didn't spoil it for y'all.
We
Sorry. I'm
did.
very
Well,
passionate about that
actually,
one.
it's a lot in there we didn't say is the thing, but we
It
we spoiled a
is.
lot.
It is.
Oh,
And I had a lot of notes about it.
did you?
Yeah, but I didn't want to ruin anybody's
Yeah,
favorite because I didn't think about that. Like talking in great detail about the book we read. I'm like, what if they really didn't read it?
we're gonna have to put a thing at the beginning of the episode.
Disclaimer.
May contain spoiler. But I've been in my memoir bag. Like I
Yes, you
love
have.
listening to them like audiobook style. My fave, I think, has to be my number one, The Misadventures of an Awkward Black Girl
You did say
by
that.
Issa Rae. You guys. You guys.
Don't spoil it because I haven't read it. Okay.
What I had to say about that is like she starts like young, like talks about things. It kind of is flashback. I don't know. She goes kind of back and forth a little bit, but she definitely starts off like being younger. She things you went through as like in your adolescent years, she talks about in great details and she's not embarrassed to talk things I will never probably say to people. She brings it up. I'm not kidding. And there's
Give us
no
an
shame.
example.
Huh?
Give us an example.
Um, oh, just okay. This isn't even anything extreme,
I
but
already snorted.
she can't dance, and it's funny because I really
Okay.
cannot dance, you guys. But she was young, and something happened. She was supposed to go to a school dance or something, and she told everyone she was
She
gonna
was gonna
dance on
what?
the dance floor. And so I forgot exactly how the story goes. I don't know, but that part sticks out. And she says she's like making all these excuses or something, and then eventually she has to dance in front of people, and she cannot dance. She cannot. She embarrassed herself in front of all these people. Like she hyped
Okay.
herself.
How old was she in this part?
But the
Okay.
whole book is of embarrassing things. And it's also and do not to just make it all seem funny, but she gets into like how she got into things and became productive and an amazing woman. Like it eventually it's more so about it's well it's called The Misadventures of Being an Awkward Black Girl. So she had to have the awkward moments in there. But it was just funny that she did that because what?
She's actually crazy. I like her though. She's
Yes,
very
because Issa
different,
is
but
a
I love it.
businesswoman. She has so many things she's involved in. She's very inspiring. So
I agree. I think the first time, because remember, I had never watched
insecure.
Insecure. You was like, you've never watched it.
Me
I'm like,
hasn't watched anything, you guys. I can't talk to her
sorry.
about TV shows. It's actually an annoying thing,
No,
but
I started it. I started it.
you guys.
I started it. Well, because Mel says sometimes I act like her on that show. Like
Cause
she was
she
like,
raps in the you guys, Issa raps in that bathroom mirror. I know you guys know. Y'all seen me rap the beginning in this podcast, okay? Stop and go. But she breaks down rapping all the time in her bathroom. Like she's in a scene and she'll cut the scene and it's like just her moving, but she's like rapping. She does that sometimes. And I'm like, this is Anitra. But yes.
sorry.
No,
So
okay. One scene on Insecure. This is when I told you she act like you. She she broke up with this guy, but she knew his roommate. His roommate was dating her best friend. She goes in the house and is snooping in his room, but the scene reminded me of you. It was just so funny.
I need to go to and Snoop. Cut the camera.
Yeah, please. I didn't say that. But and this was prior to this ex. This was pre maybe two exes ago. This Insecure is old.
Girl, I don't even know who was 2 exes ago. But yeah,
Yeah, it was wild.
I've never seen it. I think I started like I was on the first or second episode. It is a little like need to watch alone. Like it is too grown, I think, to just be playing during the
Oh yeah, you
daytime.
can't watch it with
Yeah, so
kids.
I think that's what took me so long too. But the only other thing that I've ever seen her in was I went to see the Barbie movie with one of my coworkers, the newer ones, and I actually thought she was funny in there. I cackled a lot.
Really?
I
I'm
did.
surprised you haven't watched the photograph.
Is that love story? I
Yes,
think I have watched
you
that.
probably have
It was
because
on Netflix.
I know it's been on Prime.
Hold on, Kinsley's freaking out. She's telling me to pause it. Ah, so it's on Amazon Prime.
I
Okay,
think,
I need to watch it.
but
Maybe
movies
I could watch it tonight. I feel like I've seen it though.
you probably have because it just seems like it's something up your alley. It has Lakeith in it.
Okay, yeah. Okay, side note on Lakeith. I remember he was going viral on TikTok at one point in time, and all the girlies were like losing their mind over that man. I feel like that was around the time that movie probably came out. Cause that might have been when I saw it. Cause I remember I was like, oh, he is attractive, and I was like watching a movie that he was in or
Now they
something.
be talking, they're mad at him because he be like painting his nails and stuff, and so now they're like they don't like him.
Really?
Yeah.
In one TikTok though, his fingernails were dirty underneath. He went viral for that. Do you
Okay.
remember that?
No.
They were like
But
nasty
I
dirty
didn't
underneath.
even, he doesn't like look feminine with his nails painted though, not to me.
What's his name painting his nails?
A lot of
Gabrielle
them.
Union's her husband, Dwayne
Yeah.
Wade.
A lot of men do now at this point.
Yeah. He had like a green nail, a black nail,
But I
a
think he
silk
does it
nail.
for his daughter though. I think that's why he started. I'm not sure, but I think that's when it started.
And I actually seen their little girl the other day for the first time. Remember I told you, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I've not seen her because her and Kinsley were born relatively close to each other.
Yeah.
And it shocked
She
me
had
because
the
she's
best
grown up.
memes when she was sitting on like
Girl,
I think she was on a step or something.
she's actually very cute. Like
Yes.
she is the cutest little thing. Oh my
I
God,
keep
she's so
hitting my
cute.
camera, shaking.
It's okay. Girl, in our last podcast, she was like, is it an earthquake? What's
Girl,
going on?
because
And
I
Shannon was like,
really didn't know what was going on.
yeah, man. He got that joint like, ah.
Okay. We done got off topic 15 million
We
times.
did. Okay, side note though, because I do have a book that just kind of came off the top of my head that I wanted to talk about. The book is called Fast. It's written by Millie Belazaire. Sorry, I can't talk. Um, it is a young adult book. It has a lot of heaviness in the book. Trigger warning essay in case that bothers you. But it is such a good book, and I'm not gonna lie, it has a very happy ending. And it is another one of those books that kind of centers around your past does not define you. Like it reminds me a lot of Monday's Not Coming. Not the same storyline, so to speak. And I know Monday's Not Coming is not necessarily the happy ending that everybody wished for.
Hmm.
But it just kind of like has that same dynamic or that same vibe. But it's called Fast. And something, in case you read it, something that really stood out to me in the beginning. I remember when I first started, I was reading it out loud at the time to my boyfriend at the time, and we were all in the living room. And I remember one part in particular, the girl was like, the white lady came and picked me up and we got on the plane. And at the time, she didn't realize that the white woman was her social worker. And because her mother had just passed away at the beginning of the book. And she was like, everybody was so excited with Minnie Mouse ears on, basically saying, like, they're all going to Disney World and we're all taking this plane to Florida. She's like, so I was so excited, I thought she was taking me to Disney World. And she was like, it wasn't until we got off the plane and I realized everyone turned this direction was going to Disney World and I was going this direction and she was going somewhere else. Well, when she gets in the car, she realizes that she's driving in the hood, so to speak. And so it just it's a very eye-opening book. She really thought she was going to Disney World and unfortunately was not, but was going to live a new life that ended up on top of the trauma and the grief that she had from her mother passing away when she had to go live with an extended family member. It ended up opening doors to even more traumatic events. So I'll leave it at that. But it is a very good read. And it is definitely one of my top books, like for sure. Definitely a top read. I think I finished it in like 2 days. And it was heavy because I was trying to convince some other people to read it, and they was like, "I don't think I can do heavy right now."
Yeah, because I think I told you
You
that.
were one, yeah.
Yeah, because I was on a heavy kick. I was like, okay, I need something lighthearted. Give me a romance book.
I do like romance books, but sometimes I just don't be liking the endings.
Okay, when I
I
got,
sounded so ratchet when I just said that, by the way.
huh?
I sounded right, but sometimes I just don't be liking the endings. Like I was
Girl, I'll be
ratchet.
ratchet this whole podcast. I know people be like, she does not speak proper English. But I was really big into romance books when I first started reading. Like that's what I was drawn to. But now they all kind of like sound the same
They
ish.
do.
Like, and then the couple always argue or get in a fight and break up over like something dumb. And I like more realistic like things going on. Like, why are you just, I can't even think of anything, but it just be, why did you write that? Like,
Two black romance books. It's always a man cheating, and I'm like, can we get a happy ending sometimes? Like,
well, Before
I don't
I
want.
Let Go by Kennedy Ryan was good.
Every time I try to check that out, it was always like 16 plus week wait. And y'all, I have only one library card, and our library in our area is kind of small. So I don't have as much of an option when it comes to like checking out multiple copies of a book. That frustrates me because I'm like, it's online. What do you mean you don't have enough copies of a book online? Like that drives me crazy on Libby. But I have seen it. I think they're making a series out of it actually.
Well,
I think
the third book got released, I think today or yesterday,
okay.
and she's making a show or movie
Yeah, a
or
show. I
something.
saw
But
that.
yeah, that is a series. Like she has three books in that series, and the third book literally was just released. But
Maybe I
before
can
I let
buy
go,
it.
but it has some. I don't remember exactly what happened, so I don't know if it has some like bad thing in it. But it do end up good, like happy. So
Yeah, because I don't want to have to go through the trenches
yeah, I
too.
don't remember. Don't
That's
quote
not
me. I don't remember what's wrong, but yeah. Don't let me say something and you read it and then you're
I'm
traumatized.
disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm already dealing with a
Do I
lot.
have any other romance books that were? No.
Romance?
I had a hood romance book on here.
Girl, not you over there reading hood romance books.
I Saving Sunflower. That was a good book though.
I don't think I have a lot of romance books in my finished um list, but I did read some like I read Chaos Theory, which was almost like a romance book.
I don't know what that is.
That was that book about the little, well, they weren't little girls. They were like teens and she had a lot of anxiety and then she met the guy who was suffering with like alcoholism and they would like fight over text. It was like they met by fate with like a random text and then like it was cute. I actually told my little sister to read it and she was like it was actually a cute read. Um but yeah, it was good and girl in the book the parents were one of the parents were running for like mayor or something. They were in like a political campaign, girl, and was cheating.
Spicy.
Oh, see what I'm saying? Everybody, somebody always gotta get cheated on in a book. I kid you not.
Yeah.
Girl, it got good after that. I'm not gonna spoil it in case you want to read it. But it was such a cute book, and the girl was like panicked all the time, and it kind of reminded me of myself. She was like, "Do you not like me? I have anxiety." Like it was just
Mhm.
cute. She was just so nervous. But yeah, it was a good
Yeah.
book.
I also feel like that's a thing too with reading books that I necessarily like, you might not like because something about it pertains to my life. You know what I
Right.
mean? And so different.
Mame.
Yes, Mame is I have y'all. I had to buy the book.
Mame.
I related to it so much. I actually, after I got off my romance kick, I went into more contemporary fiction because I feel like I said with romance, how it was like not realistic. Like they were always fighting over something that just wouldn't happen in real life or just things becoming enemies for no reason. But Mame, I feel like really was an everyday story. Like this could have happened to me. But a lot of things that she went through um was kind of like my story. Like she was kind of a late bloomer. She didn't move out of her house until later in life. And she started, this is a spoilers just so you guys know. But then she's dating a guy or whatever, but she's like the side chick and don't know or something or another if I remember correctly. And that was like a dabble of my life for a hot minute of just like what's happening. But then eventually like have a happy ending and like not expecting it or whatever. But Mame was that was my book, you guys. Yeah. And hopefully I'm saying it right too as well.
It's positive. I feel like the people on TikTok said it the same
Yes.
way.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I think I started it. I never finished it though. Maybe I'll pick it back up this summer. I'm supposed to read that in Curvy Girl Summer this
I've seen
summer.
a lot of
Curvy
good
Girl Summer is
things.
like a romance book.
Yes, I saw a lot of good things about it.
So
Maybe I need to read more black romance too.
maybe.
And light-hearted black romance.
Yeah, because I ain't got time for my God being a thug and selling, and I got to ride by his side and
Y'all,
bullets
me
flying.
don't like the hood romance books.
I'm not into that.
Saving Sunflower was
Give,
not bad. I'm trying to tell you.
give me the girl plug love.
No,
That's what it feels
Saving
like. Not
Sunflower, she was a college girl and just get wrapped up with a hood guy. So it's not like, I mean, it has some hood things in it, but it's,
mind too much, but I
yes.
just can't do
That's what I'm
like
saying. Saving Sunflower, you know how some of them covers on them books be looking. But sometimes the cover of books can be a turnoff.
It
Okay,
can be.
I just want to say that.
It can be. I agree. What book y'all talking about? Sorry, I'm just kidding. What's going on? Why am I getting a million and one text messages today?
IDK.
Me either. Y'all, this is a good episode.
Yes, yes.
I hope y'all enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You think they was bored?
Hopefully not. I hope you guys took some like of our recommendations and you'll read
Our
them.
spoilers.
Yes, I know. I'm going to be honest. If I heard a spoiler, I probably wouldn't read it.
Yeah.
But
I was even
memoirs,
think I promise you I did not think about that. Like I was just prepared to share like topics, but I'm like I just naturally in my brain was like, I just assumed everybody already read the books with me. Like why would you not read such a good book? You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like that was my assumption. I really didn't think
But
about it
you
being a
guys can still
spoiler.
read the memoirs.
Yes. There's so much that you can get out of a memoir too.
We hope you guys took away some of our recommendations. Hopefully you'll read
Yes.
them. At least one.
Y'all, you're never too grown to read a book. I know some of y'all ain't picked up a book
Yes.
since you were in middle school. Get with the times.
Definitely read Yellow Wife, okay?
Okay.
And Privileged Poor. Those two.
Definitely read Privilege Poor if you
Yes.
want your eyes to be open, like I'm telling you right
And if you
now.
need some motivation, read the Viola Davis. Like those three for sure.
Heavy on Viola.
Yeah, she was
If you
inspiring.
want to learn about love and healing, I know I didn't talk about this in this episode, but I talked about it previously. You can read How to Be the Love You Seek by Dr. Nicole LePera.
Okay, okay,
Phenomenal book. Phenomenal. Actually ordered the paperback.
okay.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Can't express this enough. Some of y'all need to read that today.
Everyone.
Pronto. Andale, andale, mami. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Nelly.
Oh, andale, andale, mami. Yeah, yeah. Oh, y'all want to see my body twirl?
No.
Andale, andale, mami. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and wrap this
Sorry.
episode up.
Okay,
Thank
sorry.
you.
Hey, one more time. I want to show y'all like Shakira.
Shakira,
Am,
Shakira.
am I glitchy or not?
Do
Do I
your
look like
slow mo.
Oh, wait, wait, wait. We can't sign off until y'all see my slow mo. Mel is right. I do this thing where it's like I imagine
I'm
myself in like
cackling.
when music is playing, I imagine myself like in a music video, so I do like slow motion. Mel, drop the beat. Can you do 16 carriages beat?
Okay. This is putting me on the spot.
Are we gonna get flagged? Beyonce, we actually
Oh,
like
we
you. We love you.
would. We
Then
can.
hum it. Come on. Mel, I can't hum and do slow mo. Mel, I can't do it if you laugh. You got to be serious.
Need just
Just
do
say,
slow mo. We don't need a beat because you look just like Ken's. Thank you guys for coming to a bit of chaos because it's enough. And the chaos continues with Mel and Nee. We will see you guys next week.